Now, I want us to take a look at the 3 questions at the bottom of the cover of your Vision Weekly. And the first one there in red says, when you need advice, whom do you go to first and why? What do you think about that? Write your answer in the blank down there as I'm talking about my answer. When you need advice, who do you ask for advice? Why do you ask that particular person or group of people for advice? What is it about them that is special? Or what do they tell you that's helpful usually? I have found, as I've gotten older, that the first person I go to for advice is now God. I wake up in the mornings and I ask God to be there with me throughout the day. And part of that is because I no longer live with my mom and dad or my grandma and grandpa. I grew up in my grandma and grandpa's house. And so I no longer live with them. So the best person for me to go to really quickly is God. And that's a beautiful thing for me. The second question at the bottom of your weekly says, advice that you would give a 4th grader about middle school. So fill that out while I am talking. Now, I want to give you advice that was given to me at the beginning of high school, because you will be going to high school shortly. A very kind lady named Mrs. Pelosi, and she was the mother of one of my friends, said, high school is scary. Thinking about going to high school can be scary because you don't know what it's going to be like. Are people going to like me? Are they not going to like me? Will I be able to be who I really am and not have to feel like a fake? Or all these questions are out there. So Mrs. Pelosi said to me and Nicole, she said, if you want to really be happy in high school and be popular, and let's face it, being popular is good. You don't want to be somebody who's disliked by everybody. But she looked at popularity in a different way. It wasn't just about being cool and being in the in crowd. What she meant by being popular was being somebody who could walk into a room, pretty much everybody liked you. And Mrs. Pelosi taught me that if you want to be popular in high school, she said, make sure that everything you say about people is kind, or at least if you don't necessarily feel kind to people, don't say bad things about them. So there it is with that. It's hard. Remember, Indira Gandhi says in the red box, it has her quote, and Indira Gandhi said that you cannot shake hands with a clenched fist. So there it is. In high school, when we meet people and we make new friends, we want to make sure that we're coming to them with peace. And really, it makes your life so much better. So that's my advice for high school. And I hope that you took some of that time to tune me out a little bit and write your advice for a middle schooler in there, because you have learned things in middle school that will be very valuable to people. Now, this last bit here says, what is a piece of advice that has inspired you and why? And it says, said by. Again, go ahead and fill that out while I'm talking. For me, one of the pieces of advice that really inspired me came from my grandma. And my grandma said to me all the time, don't worry about what other people are thinking about you, because they are probably too busy looking at their own selves. She's right. Grandma was right. You're getting ready to go to the mall or to go wherever. You're looking at how you look. You're not probably looking at how other people look. And even if people say something, it's probably because they're so worried about how they look. So just don't worry about what other people say about you. That was kind of my grandma's big thing, and she was a very happy person. So I like a lot of the advice that she gave me.